One is an idiot, it might be both of them. Shut up, dude.
Ah! It's a podcast. I'm Helvis, and I still have the same amount of hair on my arms as when we started.
I'm Jizzys, and if you want to see what I did, go to patreon.com/shutupdudenz.
See, we're getting good at this.
Fucking yes, bro. Ad right up the top. We've been missing, but we're back.
Yeah, we had to take a bit of time off because I had to do an emergency family reunion.
You did a vision quest.
Yeah, it turned into that. I didn't intend that, but
yeah, bro.
It totally worked in that way.
We might get to that later.
Yeah.
I hope we do,
Yeah.
but we'll have to see.
It's let's just say I don't quite know how to articulate the whole process correctly.
So
yeah,
let me just clarify here.
Yeah.
Helvis is lost for words over it.
Yeah. I don't know what to say over it.
How often you seen that?
Yeah, it's the only time in my life I've been talking about it, and I find myself taking massive pauses before I say anything.
Yeah.
And that never happens.
Now, is that not knowing how to express it, or is that trying to give it like reverence as you talk about it?
Yeah, both. Nothing that I want to say feels like it puts it in any sort of perspective for how cool it was.
Yeah.
The other thing that I did have happen is Israel's on fire. Turns out the olive trees.
Tell me about the olive trees.
Don't really burn when they have the naturally occurring fires.
Probably all the oil in them, right?
I wouldn't know. I thought it was God, but because he's the one that makes the decisions in all that little area. That's the one place he still cares about.
His chosen people, as I understand it.
That's what I've heard. But what does go up really quickly is all the imported timber, like pine.
Right.
Not good in the desert.
Right. People are growing pine trees in the Levant.
And stuff that they probably shouldn't have settled with when they settled there. That was very interesting to see.
You were getting into the settlers, have you?
I watched that Louis Theroux docu.
The settlers are fascinating, bro, because they're the most religious fundamentalist of all the Jews.
And so you find
the most extreme
from
stuff
in
there.
Texas.
Yeah, bro.
Like they're just Americans.
But it's the extremists from Brooklyn, and it's the fundamentalists from those places
who aren't allowed in the extremist groups in those places.
I mean, not even that. They're the ones who were like, yeah, fuck it, I am going to Jonestown, or whatever it is,
ones, bro.
Yeah.
The couple of I thought Theroux did quite cool because he just asks and they just talk until they tell on themselves. Yeah. It's on YouTube. Like, you don't have to download any streaming service.
That lady like Daniela, can't remember her last name, but
it's Evil Fuckaho.
Yeah, Daniel Evil Fuckaho. When she speaks, it's like she's not ashamed of the things she's saying. Yeah, she's proud of her beliefs about how it's like, no, I'd rather kill 1,000 Palestinian children than see an Israeli child stub their toes. Like, you can't be fucking saying stuff like that. She's like, no, I believe that in my heart. Like,
there's a part while she's talking to Theroux that she's like, here, let me explain. And she viciously pushes him.
Yeah.
And he just stops and she's like, now you. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. And she's like, oh, well, well, see, what I was going to say is like...
Prove my point a lot better if you did.
When you retaliate, I'm able to then twist that narrative and say you hate women and you hate Jews and you hate
How did it get way worse that fast? Wait, wasn't the point... I assume when you started the story, the point was going to be, see, you pushed me back. No, it's not even that.
I can take your retaliation and twist that into whatever I want.
Who the fuck says that out loud? Even if that's what you're doing, who the fuck says that out loud?
And she walks off, bro, she sort of stops and turns and she's like, I really wanted you to push me back. And just back up, and just walks off, and it's like, there's a fucking Batman villain.
Yeah,
there was a Batman villain. She
is very villainous,
bro. And when they're driving back from one settlement, they're following her to somewhere. She makes a break for the Gaza border, like to get in there, and it's like she's been told under serious shit, like the army are like, you're not allowed in.
Okay,
and she just tries it every now, like a velociraptor,
right?
Just testing it for weaknesses, and then, like, while a camera crew's following her, it's fucking unreal.
Yeah, because she's not ashamed of anything she's doing. She's proud of all of it,
and she's got like. If she walks through the street, she's like getting stopped for selfies and shit. She's like, it's insane. Yeah, very interesting. But yeah, just called The Settlers.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
so with all the Israel crap that's been going on, a lot of people are trying to like get to the bottom of this pro-Hamas fire that's taking over.
It's a pro-Hamas fire.
Well, it's taking out Israel on the day of their independence.
It fucking probably is.
And now there's a massive sandstorm coming, and they're like, if this gets to 7 bad things, what if these fellas are gonna panic? Hey,
what if it was Hamas?
What, lighting fires
Yeah,
everywhere?
they probably are lighting fires.
I fucking would be.
If you could damage your enemy by
Totally.
just lighting some fires, like these are. If you're going to go the route of religious extremists, the religious extremists on the Palestinian side strap bombs to themselves and blow themselves up in crowds of people. Setting a fire is no big fucking deal, even if it's your own. Even if it used to be your own neighborhood.
Kind of why people are like, how is this going on?
Maybe it is a Hamas fire, bro.
Yeah, but it's a.
I don't really believe that, but it's fucking plausible.
I like the idea that a fire just started and saw what was happening and was like, I'm helping these guys.
Yeah.
It's like a sentient fire sent by God. Like, 1,000 years, bro, they'll talk about
Shit.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very, like, fuck around. Like, you know how Bill Hicks talked all that smack on God and God took his voice box? Like, throat cancer. Christopher
He died of
Hitchens.
pancreatic cancer.
Oh, it was
Bill
Hitchens.
Hicks.
Hitchens, not Hicks. My bad.
Hitch, yeah.
Yeah, Hitch was the one.
He talked shit for a long time. He
Oh,
also
yeah.
punched a lot of darts, though, bro.
Yeah,
And,
bro. I know,
That's the trade-off.
I just
a
like
life
the
well
idea.
lived.
I just like the idea of like, hey, are you fellas committing a genocide? No, they started it. Fire. Now what? Like, if they're, it's just so.
I think
yeah.
if God wanted to rub people out, he'd do more than set fire in the pine trees they planted. The place that, like, he's God. Like, if we talked about Saint Barbara,
the story that's happened,
the person who dad cut her head off, and he let him do it for some reason. But then after that, he struck him with lightning and killed him. Like, he didn't like start a fire nearby.
Well, the story I found, like, because there was heaps of reports of who had lit this fire in Israel, and the most legitimate one that I could find was apparently a guy, like an Israeli settler, was trying to light fire to his neighbor's olive trees to get rid of them. And the fire blew and it went into his pine trees and then just spread like fuck real quick because it's all dry out there.
How big is the Israel fire that Helpless is doing victory laps on over here? Let me ask you something that's adjacent to this while he fact checks it for us. The LA fires that were recent.
Yes.
Do you think homeless people started those?
I don't know. There's a little bit of evidence to suggest
I think it's reasonably likely that they did. Like,
I did have someone point out
proof of it, but they do light fires, and there's a lot of the fucking fires.
And somebody pointed out that they light fires every day.
Yes, every day.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's a massive percentage of all fires that they attend in LA are started by homeless people.
Yeah.
And imagine if you wanted to disrupt LA, what's the cheapest, least traceable way to do it? Get those little butane torches and just give them to homeless people.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it happens every year too.
Here's a lighter and a little bit of fentanyl.
Yeah.
Now start the fire first, otherwise you'll forget.
But then to me, homeless people didn't start their fire. The person that gave them the fentanyl and the lighter started their fire.
Yeah, bro. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm talking wild shit. Honestly, it could have been anything else.
But,
a cigarette.
I remember a homeless guy getting interviewed being like, if we wanted to light fires like to cause shit, we would.
Yeah.
We don't.
It would be very easy.
Not die.
If there's 10,000 of them on one street all living in tents, one loud one can just like fucking go, okay, we all travel, go walk for 20 minutes, each of you, and start a fire. I'll give you fentanyl when you come back. And
fellas just walk into the middle of the town and kick the fuck out of the traffic lights.
Yeah, what do we got for the Israeli fire? We've got the affected area, a severe fire in the Judean foothills. Oh, it's right near Modi'in Maccabim Reut. That's crazy,
Not
man.
there.
Yeah, just north of Bet Shemesh. Okay. I mean, yeah, just 10 square kilometers burned. I don't know if it's... Yeah, all right. Well, take it up with God. I don't know. Yeah,
that's
what you guys are. That's what you guys are fighting over, right? Like who has the divine right to live there? Some of your whatever. It's being burned down. Would it not be being burned down if other guys lived there? I don't know.
But now it's the side of the line that's burning. This is the important part.
The side of the line?
Well, one side of those lines has been burning for ages.
Right.
And the other side's been burning for a day.
2 days, yeah.
Yeah, and people are like, what do we do? It's like the same thing we did about the other side.
I didn't see. Does it cross the border between Israel and Palestine? I didn't see that there.
No. The fire's on the Israeli side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was saying that the other side of that line has been on fire for ages because of bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that it's the other side's burning.
And settlers. Don't forget settlers.
Yeah. What else you got? Because there's all sorts of fabulous shit we haven't talked about.
I was thinking about getting a new car. I might get an Toyota or maybe a Dorf.
I thought you wanted a Tesla.
Oh, you mean a Slate? Have you seen the Slate truck?
No.
Okay. Jeff Bezos, Amazon made a truck, and it's a truck that's the size of like an early 90s truck, but it's fully electric. So it's like $20K US to get. So it's a cheap truck that's not way fucking too big. So American trucks in particular are
enormous.
Way too big because of the way they classify stuff and how much mile per gallon. Like so they just get bigger and bigger to skirt emissions, which ironically makes them pollute a lot more because they're carrying so much more weight and whatever. Okay, so you can buy now a small, like the size of like an early 90s Hilux truck
like
that's
my
electric
size?
And they're cheap. Yeah, but they're probably even a little bit littler than yours.
Yeah.
Okay, but the company's called Slate, which is an anagram of Tesla, and he's making an electric car that seems to be
just a dick measuring contest.
He's a rival billionaire fucking magnate, and he's releasing something that competes with Tesla, and it's an anagram of Tesla. I don't know. It feels like a bit of a fuck you. But I've got no basis for this really. But it is an anagram of Tesla.
Well, he's going to space too. He's fucking with
doing the
tourism.
space stuff. Yeah.
Bro. You reckon Bezos is sitting at home watching everything Elon does?
Maybe.
Mad that he's not quite like.
Look, everyone fucking hates Elon Musk, and that's right because he hangs out with Ghislaine Maxwell, and that's like one of the better things about him.
Yeah.
Like I saw him this week with a hat on a hat, and then he told everybody, "I wear many hats." See, like this. I have a hat on a hat, and I just want to fucking blow my brains out when I see it.
It gets worse. That clip gets worse.
Yeah, why?
When Trump's like, "Oh, look at everybody look at Elon with his hats."
And does everyone laugh once he does that?
Yeah.
I want to die.
The ass licking for Trump is so funny. Eh?
Yeah, but as much as we despise Elon Musk, a lot of people fucking hate him. We're not really thinking about Bezos. And I think Bezos probably wants the attention, even though they hate Elon Musk, but they're all looking at him. Why doesn't anybody look at me? I sent whores to space.
Yeah, he also always, he's just unfortunately that guy that's he's very successful and all that.
Sure.
And he's not quite as fucked up as Elon, but he's like the nerd of the class that like with the spaceship, bro, when they landed and he's running around and he falls in a hole.
Yeah.
When his missus and
he's
him
a doofus.
he's a bit of a doofus, bro, and people don't give a fuck what the doofus is doing. You can be worth all that money.
Yeah.
But I remember
he's not enough of a doofus to be like, look at this sick freak.
Yeah. He has weird everyman problems for a billionaire.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you remember when him and
humanizes him, and I don't like that either.
Him and his missus went, his new missus went to some fucking celebrity event, and as they were walking in, Leonardo DiCaprio was walking in, and there was footage, bro, and you just watched Bezos's missus just melt in front of him.
How old is she?
12, no, I don't know. Yeah, but she's she's one of the plastic pictures he sent to space.
Oh yeah. Well, they're all in there. They're all at least our age.
Old as fuck.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know.
she's done have a shot with DiCaprio.
Yeah, exactly. But she's still your.
I think I would act that way around DiCaprio.
Yeah,
right.
I fucking totally would.
Yeah.
Totally would. Yeah, he's a different species.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, Bezos was like, motherfucker, and you could see it on his face of fuck, I'm Jeff Bezos and this bitch fucking man. And then it became a joke, a running joke on Saturday Night Live and shit. And that even, and I think there was a thing where they met up at some climate change thing, and Bezos brought it up of when we go into the bush and Leo doesn't come back, we all know why. And it's he addresses it and deals with it in a different way. I think that's why he's not Elon and just dumb shit. And what's the other one? You got Mark Cuban, who's trying to humanize, but we all know he's just a chin. That's just a sentient chin that has money. And
what he's done is more altruistic than any of those cunts.
Of course.
Yeah.
After the basketball team.
Was after the basketball team?
Yeah, it was after he owned the basketball team.
He owned some.
Yeah, bro, he's
some of a team.
He owned our team. He's
owned
mad
a team?
for it. Yeah.
What team?
I can't even remember. Do you want to fact check that one? But yeah, he was right involved. And there's a thing where he got fined for saying "get fucked" to a ref or something.
Oh.
And then when they gave him the fine, he reached into his pocket and was like, "Can I say something else?" Smooth. Yeah.
But he's the one doing that online pharmacy that sells at cost plus 15% or whatever. That makes more of a material difference than anything these other cunts are doing. Musk says that he's pro-humanist and that's why he's trying to get us to Mars. I think abandoning Earth is not pro-human. I think that's fucked. He's trashing it.
Is Mackenzie Scott Bezos's ex That's the richest woman in the world.
I don't remember. She was the richest woman in the self-made billionaire, I heard. The Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bezos's ex, I think it's Mackenzie Scott, something like that. Anyway, the first year
Scott McKenzie.
The first time she got her massive payout, she gave away
she gave away
all this money.
All of it, yeah.
And by the end of the year, they said, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And she's like, "Well, I gave away all that money, so what do we do next?" And they went, "Oh no, you have that back." And she's like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh, the interest on billions of dollars is what you've given away this year."
Yeah.
And she's like, I literally can't give this away as fast as I get it. So she's got all sorts of crazy causes. And so I think out of all of the altruistic crap these guys do, she's miles the fuck ahead.
Sure.
Yeah. And I think Gates still tops it out with his genetically engineered vaccine mosquitoes. I think she's like second or third on the list of like good people.
It's crazy to me that Bill Gates is such a divisive figure. People think he's evil because he stops people trying to get malaria. And I've had conversations with people who are like, that's exactly what a bad guy would do. Try and make you think he's good.
It's just Simpsons. Simpsons did their thing where Homer starts an internet thing.
Yeah.
And then Bill Gates shows up to buy it.
And he trashes
and he's
place.
like, buy him out, boys.
Yeah.
And he trashes office. People are like, he must be evil. I think that fellow exists on a level that what we perceive good and evil to be would be so different. Like, he can have a weekend where he wanted to do something and it would change the course of the planet.
All of these guys have world-altering amounts of money, and they just do, like... Well, what are you guys doing?
I don't know.
You could do something that mattered, and none of you will do it.
No, they suck, bro.
Fucking speaking of these weird cunts, Zuck was on some podcast this week talking about how the average person has demand for 15 friends, but they only have 3. So we're going to start selling them AI friends. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You invent a thing that makes us not hang out with each other until we're lonely, and you sell us digital friends? Fuck you! You fucking piece of shit! How can you do this?
What a business model.
Yeah, bro.
That's digital crack.
Yeah. How you fucking invent the problem and sell us the solution? It's who gets harmed? Just all the people that are lonely, because your AI thing's not going to be good enough. It'll be methadone friends at best.
Touch grass, you'll be fine.
Fuck, man.
This is like Tyler the Creator. Just turn the fucking screen off.
Yeah, like close your eyes inward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think of that all the time.
Yeah. Being cyberbullied. Close your eyes. Well, that I don't.
Motherfucker. Yeah, bro. Yeah, showing off how he's going to sell AI friends to people because people are way lonelier now. Like, fucking, you did that. You did that on purpose. Man. And you didn't even know what for, but now you can sell AI friends, so it's all just working out, right?
Fuck.
Fucking broccoli-headed asshole.
How do people have, like, I don't know. Were you good at making friends before social media?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think I make friends easily, but when I find my people,
click pretty hard.
They form tight. Yeah. I'm lucky. I got a lot of good friends now, like people I appreciate.
Fuck, I've got so many people who I've like met and spent like a few days with, and like drunk and had food and all that, and you become friends, and they're fuck, we got to keep in touch. And I'm always like, yeah, bro, give me your number. And as soon as we leave, as soon as I'm in the car, I delete it.
Do you really?
Yeah, bro. I'm just like,
fuck.
Later, bro. Sorry.
We were just two ships.
Just two ships passing in the night, bro. Yeah. No, I've done that a few times. Like, meet cunts who are like, fuck yeah, man, it was good to meet you, bro. And want to hang out more. And you come on back. Sure, bro. I don't even know where I'm sleeping tonight. And just, leave. Just be like, well, fuck. Who are we kidding? And like, they never message me. I've never got a message from a number I've deleted being like, bro, it's been ages, we should catch up. So like, fuck, who cares?
Okay.
Disposable friends, it's cool. It's like a Fight Club talks about it on a plane, like a single serving friend.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk some domestic politics?
Oh,
you want to talk about the war on woke, bro?
Are you going to bring up more of this globalist shit?
Well, let's see. So I thought that everyone knew this. When a government declares war on an abstract idea, it's because the government sucks. Like the war on drugs, the war on crime, Like, the war on drugs won the war on drugs. Crime's winning the war on crime. Crime continues. The war on terror ruined the whole fucking world and hasn't stopped terrorism.
So stop now before woke wins.
When he was crashing out last week because he was asked if he's importing culture war bullshit to distract from bad outcomes from coalition policy. And to those who don't care about the culture war, like normal people, that's a perfectly germane question. But then the correct answer is no, here are my policy successes. But Winnie doesn't have any policy successes, so the answer he gave is, you're actually woke. I'm going to pull your funding, you flaming queer. Here I'm on RNZ fucking saying that shit to Corin Dan. This is why nobody trusts you, Corin.
You flaming.
The interview also pointed out that the self-identification bill that we have now that says that you're whatever gender you say you are, that was led by an NZ First Minister and unanimously, mind you, approved in Parliament. And Winnie's response to that is, they did that behind our backs. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
How does, like, he worked out ages ago. All he needs is like 9%.
He's literally responsible for it.
But like, he worked out 40 years ago, if he can get 9% of the people, 5% of the people to get on his side, he's in.
Yeah.
And that's all he does.
Yeah, bro.
Like, remember I told you there's that fucking editorial in the paper that someone had written in being like, I'm not really too concerned about the stuff Winnie's saying at the moment, because Winnie told us in 1987 that Cubans were coming into Auckland via the port illegally and teaching the Maoris how to do the communisms.
Yeah, bro.
So I'll wait until the communisms start by the Maoris before I get too concerned. And I think of that a lot, of just that fella just says what he has to. I reckon
he does say what he has to say, but it's infuriating that it's 6 years ago he's literally responsible for the thing that he's now saying is destroying the country, and therefore they have to reverse that rather than like doing proper stuff.
That fella's old enough to be able to be like, prove I said it.
Yeah, I guess, bro.
Yeah, there's no recording.
I mean, it just takes time to prove stuff, and it costs nothing to lie and make shit up, which is why we didn't used to value lying and making shit up. But it's become very popular recently.
Because his core market, though, are people who are already lying
They're just
their whole
cunts.
life. Yeah, but nothing they admit. They can't take accountability for the bad decisions they've made.
Yeah.
It's, they hate that their fucking kid moved out and is gay now.
Yeah.
All they want to do is go to the beach with their grandkids, but that stupid woke bitch that he married won't come out to the fucking beach anymore. It's just, so when he gets up and he says all the stuff they're mad at, and he just needs a small amount of them
just needs a little bit, bro.
Yeah, bro. And it doesn't matter that he's all shit. He's always been all shit. They all are. It's unfortunate that that's where we're at.
His account tweeted out, and it's not him who writes these tweets, but his account tweeted out, the only people who use the terms imported culture wars are Marxists and globalists. Which, when I heard, I just kept thinking of that the guy in Inglourious Bastards holding the wrong fingers up in the tavern. But and the best analogy I could come up for it was the only people who use the term aliens are inferior human scum.
It's totally that meme.
It's fucking dude.
That's actually fucking. That's a good one.
Oh, I got one.
That's a brilliant one to think of that. Like, just the rest of us looking at him like.
You only hear Jordan Peterson say this shit, bro. Yeah. Like, I've never heard a Kiwi tell me he's worried about the globalists and Marxists. Not one fucking time. When he said in this interview that you can't go in a woman's bathroom just because you're wearing a skirt. All right, what if you cut your dick off? What about then?
Yeah.
Or does that person still have to use the men's even though they cut their dick off?
Yeah.
What about then? Now you might say that's a fringe case, and I would tell you, you the whole fucking thing's a fringe case, and only brain-rotted culture warriors give a fuck about it.
But that's it. How many? If you look at the stats and went, hang on, one in X amount of New Zealand white grandparents who are comfortable enough to own their own home and a batch. Yeah. How many trans grandkids do they have?
Probably like 2.
Yeah, and that's enough to rock them up a little.
I'd say they have an average of like
0.3.
Yeah. But
across 100.
But then across 100, some of them might have 2.
Yeah,
fucking these trans kids are everywhere.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Out of the thousands of grandparents that vote. Yeah. He just needs to rock a fucking small number up. Because he's going to get idiots that follow him as well.
Did you see him call Chloe Swarbrick a pedophile?
to be honest, I thought it was quite funny how he did it, but I did think it was a stupid how he got there. It was like he had a fucking knockout punch, and he used it at the stupidest time.
He's the acting Prime Minister of New Zealand at the time, and he got on the radio and said that "Okay, groomer" to Chloe Swarbrick. Now, groomer, just so we're clear, is not something that you toss around to people that you don't like. Yes. It's a real and serious thing.
Allegation.
It's a sexual thing with a kid. You can't. So we have now. The public perception of what's okay has shifted to the point where the acting Prime Minister of New Zealand called an opposition MP a pedophile in public and nothing bad happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Here we are, guys. People were like, well, why do you care what's happening with Trump? Because he's changing what's acceptable. And this is more evident by Luxo today. Chris Luxon, they're banning prisoners from voting.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been pointed out to Chris Luxon that the Supreme Court has said that banning that is illegal.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because Trump has shifted the Overton window to the point where if you're a conservative, what's legal, what we've spent hundreds of years building an ethical framework for, the best that we've been able to do, doesn't apply to you.
Yeah.
No, fuck you. I'm not woke, so I don't have to listen to the Supreme Court. I don't have to listen to something that we spent generations and shed blood trying to achieve the best version that we could, like the rule of law. They run on law and order and then go, fuck the Supreme Court. Prisoners can't vote. They will vote against me. Fuck them. I don't care if it's illegal.
It's almost like when you look back at like when America wrote its Declaration of Independence, and it says about all men being created equal.
Funny, yeah.
See,
I heard Ice Cube, I think, talking about that, and he's like, I don't give much stock to the founding fathers because they say all men are created equal. And you can own N-words. He says N-words there. I'm not going to do it.
Is that your Ice Cube impression?
No, I think maybe I mixed up Ice Cube and Ice T.
I think you did, because that was like, get in the car. Like when he's on SVU. Yeah. What's our time, man?
I don't remember. Shit.
Where are we at?
Do you want to do one more?
One more and then I just need a bathroom.
Well, you tell me then. Do you want to talk about the tax relief for Kiwis? Or talk about baby formula? These are both
baby
Kiwi
formula.
things. Baby formula. All right. The tax thing is they fucked us again. So that just the short
we'll talk
version
about
of
that next.
The baby formula, right? The industry is heavily regulated in terms of the actual formula because it's the well-being of the most vulnerable possible people at stake, right? They wanted to change the formula a little bit, like fiddle with how it's made to improve the health of babies. That's not the important part. They wanted to make it so that sellers couldn't advertise benefits they don't provide, like sleeping longer or brain development. Because right now, you can just put on your tin of baby formula, this one, because we added some extra stuff above the formula, also boosts brain development and helps your baby sleep longer. So,
can we sell baby formula and tell people that it will make their kid not trans?
Oh my God, it's perfect. Yes, we can do that.
Thank you.
We'll talk about that in the break. So it started in 2012. They did a big review on formula standards. They issued 36 public reports. They held rounds of consultation. They did 5 market studies over 10 years, and the conclusion of all that work is you can upgrade the regulations and there's an overall public benefit to families and babies, and there will be some impact to business. So they're not doing it.
I was just going to say.
Any of it. They lobbied it to death, including by not Adrian Hoggard, what's his name? Hoggard, the old Federated Farmers.
That's Hoggard.
It is Hoggard.
Or Hoglet.
His sister was a lobbyist for the milk company that made it so they
don't.
Yeah, that you can't stop them from
lying.
Lying. Yeah. Part of the justification from it is they need to compete in China. So if their thing doesn't say like make smart baby number 1, the Chinese won't buy it. Okay, let's plan this non-woke baby formula. Let's go.
Sweet.
Well. What's up, man? I feel refreshed after that break.
Same. That money will go to good causes.
Hell yeah.
Did you see about how a terrorist attack occurred in, I believe it was India or Pakistan? But
you want to get those correct.
Not really, because they're about this close to fighting.
Yeah, always, yeah. Well, ever since the British fucked around.
Have you seen the line? There's like a line between their borders, and the armies have an outpost on either side, and they run at the line.
Do they really?
So like, I'm coming. Oh, I stopped, and it's like it's just two dudes like doing all this weird fake.
Is that where they do the? Is that where they got that big gate and they do like dances at each other?
Bro.
That is wild, bro.
Bro, so now they're really close to fighting because of this terrorist attack. I've got it here.
Okay,
but let me just clarify, because I don't want to say who did what and get it wrong. That tells me nothing.
A terrorist attack somewhere in the beautiful, mysterious subcontinent.
It was an Islamist terrorist attack. If that
helps
us.
Hate to see it. Well, who does it help?
Okay, so the reason I know about this, like I saw some news, but the video I have is a guy on a zip line at like a happy day. And as he's like got his selfie stick out and they send him down, the fucking terrorist attack starts going down while he's ziplining, smiling with a selfie stick.
So there's like a crazy crane shot of the terrorist attack?
No, it's just him with a selfie
still him on the selfie stick,
while
just
he's
looking
slowly
down.
spinning around, having fun on a zipline, and you can see people like running for their lives on the ground. Can't see any guns or anything going off, but yeah, that's like the footage of this terrorist attack while this smiling Indian man's like, very nice, good time, like all the way down the zipline, and yeah, you can see people like running off for their lives.
Oh my god!
Heaps of people were murdered, and it's elevated the tension between these two.
I'm going to say it probably happened in India.
I think it was.
I think there's a lot more Islamists in
Milan
Pakistan
Dalvani.
than
Can you
India.
check that for me?
Trying to find out.
Because I really don't want to say where it was and fuck it up and be more offensive. Like if I said it happened here and these guys did it.
If it's an Islamic one, it's probably Pakistani.
I think it's that way, yeah. But now, there's these videos coming out of the dudes who do the dances at the gate. They're like sprinting and stopping like centimeters from the line, and it's meant to be like, we're this close to it all kicking off. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh fuck, I didn't see that coming. I was too busy looking at this other place.
The dances are kind of cool, but they are pretty silly. The posturing that happens there. I don't know. What do we got? We got a fact check. Fat chicken.
Yeah. So in 2025, the Pahalagam attack was an attack on tourists by 5 armed militants near Pahalagam in the Indian-administered Jammu and Kashmir, wherever that is.
Right, that's where they're fighting over.
Yeah, it was a terrorist attack in India, killing 28 civilians on the 22nd of April.
Yeah. I think that's where the British drew the line.
Yeah.
I think Kashmir is the main dispute between the two.
But fuck yeah, this poor cunt on a zip line. Like, just having a good time and then gets off and that's happened. Yeah. Like, fuck, you imagine bungee jumping, you come back up and like, some fucking...
That's the real victim of a terrorist attack, is someone who was just trying to enjoy a bit of high-octane thrills.
I think you'd be so I think the switch
that guy could probably never zip line again. Yeah. You're right, we should be thinking about the real victims.
He's still here, man.
Yeah, bro. Blessed are the dead.
Listen, where do you want to go now?
There was this wasn't. I didn't see this really catch any traction, but it did happen. A jet fell off an American aircraft carrier, $100 million jet. Now, the reason that you haven't heard about it is it wasn't woke. So it's not news. This is guys fucking up and making mistakes and wasting $100 million asset.
Yeah, no one was like...
Ineptitude only matters if they're minorities.
Or female.
So it wasn't... So it happened and it got no traction.
$100 million jet falls off a plane and they're like, was there a lady out there?
No, there wasn't. Okay, carry on.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we push this onto some DEI?
I think they're winning that. They don't want, you don't have to fuck around. It's just like, can we just see if it doesn't matter if there were no women on the boat?
Bro, do you reckon they just threw that fella off the boat? Like whoever's fault it was?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like $100 million jet just fell off and you got to go tell your boss. Like, if I was at work...
Or they hide a rainbow flag under his pillow.
Yeah,
catch him
false
like,
flag.
That's a false flag. I can't say it.
Almost got you. Fucking $100 million jet. Like you just didn't put it in park or some shit. If some cunt came to me and was like, hey, we've just dropped this. Fuck you, you're going in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just throwing you off this boat.
We might pick you up, but we are fucking throwing you off.
Climb on the plane.
Oh shit, I got news. Who killed the Pope? Let's both say it at the same time.
1, 2, 3. JD
Israel.
Vance. Who did you say?
Nobody. What did you say?
I said JD Vance.
JD Vance. Why
you
do you
didn't
think
say
JD?
that. You said something
I don't
else.
think so. I think I said Israel Adesanya because he'd be able to fuck him up. But apparently, so could JD Vance.
JD Guyliner got him, bro.
You reckon? So he visited him the day before, and
Bro,
Pope Francis was like,
right.
"I'm not fighting anymore."
He did that. He went and saw the Pope, and the Pope died. Then he went to India, bro, and he left. And that day, that fucking terrorist attack happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a trail of fucking fire.
It's a cursed Vance.
Cursed Vance, bro.
Oh, fuck.
We've manifested this as a species.
I saw him made in that video game Oblivion got remastered, and you can make fucking horrors in the character creator. And one of them was a exceptionally good cursed Vance.
Fuck, that's
so I think
funny.
might have won the general character creation.
He's a unit, bro.
JD Vance, he's taken down popes. That's
bet
pretty
he hates
keen.
that, eh?
I mean, he could, if it was me orchestrating the downfall of the Pope, because JD Vance isn't orchestrating the downfall of the Pope, right?
If you were like CIA,
he's not fucking doing it. Yes, if I was CIA,
You'd set it up
I'd put my Secret Service guys with Vance. Yeah. To make it look like he has a curse and
Just
build the mythology around him.
just to wake up the next day, bro, and be like, so the Pope died, and you'd be like, that's not funny. And it's like, nah, the last person he spoke to in his capacity was you.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck. They had enough fun when I had my face. Like, just his face was enough for people to rip that cunt out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
JD Vance.
Trump was asked who should be the new Pope.
Did he say him?
He said him. I'd be a great Pope. Yeah. He'd probably, he'd be good. Bro.
Except for all the prerequisites for what I think a Pope should have. The only thing he'd have in common would be the gold toilet.
The Protestants think that the Pope is the Antichrist. So there's a bit of crossover there because people who aren't religious kind of think Trump is the Antichrist.
Yeah,
at least some of them. We don't have to go to Trump stuff yet.
Fine. There's so much to go over.
There's a lot. My father-in-law made some macrocarpa rabbits. He carved. He's a woodsman, a lumberjack. So he carved these macrocarpa rabbits, they're kind of as tall as your waist, sort of thing. And the boomers are running wild, bro. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but they are anatomically correct, which is to say he drilled a butthole into each one.
Don't fucking tell me those things, man. Not now. Are you fucking serious?
I'm serious. He drilled buttholes in them.
Do they have little screw parts to put them on stands?
Should we go look? I can take a picture and we make it the thumbnail for the episode.
Shut up about drilling anatomically correct buttholes into your wooden rabbits.
Yeah. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I don't mind it.
That would have taken a while. How did he measure it?
They keep rabbits there
and put drills in their butts to know.
But there's real life rabbits there if you could catch them. You look at their butthole. In theory, I guess. The rabbit at my house is has head tilt. Oh, it'd be super easy to catch.
Yeah.
But again, you wouldn't.
Do you want to move on?
Yeah, please.
Hurry up.
Did you hear Ye's new song?
I was just about to say, seeing we're talking about buttholes, I think it might be time to bring up Kanye West.
Did you hear Ye's new song?
Cousins or the Howl Hitler one?
Let's get to the Howl Hitler one. No, the Cousins one. So
do you have the tweet?
A little bit of,
you like reading his tweets?
Just a little bit of. Well, speaking of his tweets, there's a little bit since we last talked about Kanye. Something happened, which is that he met some pop star and told her when he met her is yo, I'm Ye, nice to meet you. I jerk off to you every single day. I jerk off to your pictures every day. Yeah. And some magazine got hold of it, Variety or whatever, and they published it on Twitter this happened, and Ye's in the comments that happened. Yeah, that happened, and he didn't get in trouble.
No.
I don't know to what degree that's a function of him going right out in front of it and going, I did that shit.
Maybe. Do you want to clarify what the tweet was?
He sucked his cousin's dick. That was the most recent one. Yeah, apparently sucked his cousin's dick until he was 14.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know why he's saying that.
It's a weird way to promote your album.
Yeah. Yeah, look, life's complicated, and I don't know if bad shit happened when he was a kid, but I don't know why you'd...
go that way.
Why you'd say that and do it like in such a stark fucking...
I just don't know what he's doing.
Way. But then his tweet the next day was, I'm white. So I was like, what are you doing?
And then 2 days later, it's like, I'm gay now.
Yeah, and he's gay now, and then his
he's white, gay, and a Nazi.
Do you know what surprised me the most was that the song that he released when he said that stuff, what's up, bro? It's Papa Uanuku. It's a fucking blessing, dude. Should we take a break?
I think we should.
Fuck yeah, bro. Greetings, valued listeners. It's me, Jizzy McKnight, from the podcast. Papa Uanuku's blessing, I think, was maybe a little too strong there because my computer totally melted down. The conversation continues with Papa Uanuku over at patreon.com/shutupdudenz. You can hear it there, and oh boy, it's a podcast over there. How do I turn the... I don't want to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire, an underground tube, the dank and the gloom.